Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another review. I'm Grimm from the Bug Out Boys, and the piece of gear that I'm going to be reviewing today is going to be the Ultralight Grayl. So why don't I bring you in a little bit closer so we can give this piece of gear a thorough look over. Now that I got you in close, I will remind you that I will be leaving a link in the description so you can check out all the technical specs of the Ultralight Grayl. But without further ado, this is how it comes to you. You have the lid, the inner chamber with the filter attached, and the outer chamber. And if you notice, it is a little wet because I have been using it because I wanted to give you an accurate, honest review. So with that, let's go into the positives. Positive is that it is ultralight and it's very simple. As you can see, it's basically 4 parts and very, very easy to use. You fill this with your dirty water. You then push this into here. It filters you some nice clean water. 16 ounces in 15 seconds is what they market. And it is very quick. And at first I was like, well, that's great for 16 ounces, but what if I want to fill up a canteen or a bladder? So I try to put it through its paces, and it was still very quick. Do it, dump. Do it again, dump. And I didn't really feel that it hindered me when I was filling up my other my bladders and everything. Another positive is this filter does bacteria, protozoa, and viruses. And that's great because this means that you can take this anywhere in the world and feel safe about drinking the water that you're dipping this into. And then also they stipulate that the filter can take being frozen 1 time and still provide you with the protection that it markets. And that's huge because most hollow body fiber filters, if they get frozen, they're like, done, switch out the filter, do not drink anymore. So that's a big plus in this, you have a little bit of a buffer, a little bit of security blanket that if you let this freeze once, you're still good to go. So let's talk about the negatives now, and let's go stay on the filter. So I got another filter right here, upside down. And so now it's pretty clear that you do not back flush this filter. You cannot clean this filter. Once it's done, you gotta switch it out. And right here on the back, it says the lifespan is 300 uses. And that sounds like a lot, but then they also say it's about 40 gallons. So at a gallon a day, that's 40 days. Or if you stretch it out, that's only 80 days. So you're gonna have to carry around more of these filters if you're gonna want to have clean water. And they're a little bulky. And again, 300 uses, that's a big number. So how are you keeping track of that? I always wary of filters that have a number attached to them, because are you leaving tick marks on the side, 300 tick marks to know that this is good? So that's a negative to me, and kind of a little bit of a big one, because you don't want, especially if you're counting on this to protect you from some viruses, a little iffy. So another negative is that I know they're trying to keep ultralight, but because this is a little bit, you could argue, a little bit of a weakness, if they made this out of stainless steel, I feel that they could help themselves out, because once this is dead, you could boil some water in this stainless steel outer sleeve. Another negative is the price. It's $60 for the device, and then another $25 if you want additional filters, especially the orange filter, which is really the filter that you're going to want on this. And that might be a little steep for some people. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what I think of the Ultralight Grayl. If you enjoyed this review, please do subscribe. There's going to be more reviews, bots, Pioneer Preps, and Bug Out Boy episodes along the way. And if you have any questions or comments about this particular piece of gear, feel free to leave those down in the comment section below, because I always love reading them and getting back to you. So till then, take care.